Hi guys, Ian from footballboots.co.uk here, and today we're going to talk about cutting the collar on the ACE16 Primeknit. A few of you might not like the collar but still like the whole kind of way that the boot is fly knitted together, and obviously this 15 Primeknit didn't have the collar on the ACE variation, so today we're going to look at seeing whether you can cut it off or not. I'm going to try two different ways. One, I'm going to do kind of an initial cut and I'm only going to come up to this high point here and we'll see how that goes. And then if you stay tuned, I'm going to cut it again and I'm going to come all the way down low through here and then just work out where's best to cut in and around these areas and work out what is going to be best for cutting the collar on these if you choose to do so. Just say now, if you do choose to do so, it is at your own risk. So everything I do here is what we're doing. Don't do this to your boots unless you're willing to ruin them, because it might happen, but it might not. Stay tuned, watch the video, we'll see what happens. Keylor Navas, the Real Madrid goalkeeper, he did this with a pair of boots that he had. He cut them down low. Since then he switched to wearing the regular 16.1s, so he has switched out of them, but it did work for him, he wore them. And we're going to give it a go today and see how it works out for us and let you guys have a good close-up look at me taking a pair of scissors to this here pair of boots. I've got a couple of pairs of scissors on the go here. I've got big ones and little ones. I'm not entirely sure what's going to work best, so what I'm going to do is just get stuck into it and we'll see what happens. I'm going to start out on the right boot and I'll do the kind of the lower cut on this one, and then on the next boot I'll go all the way down. So here we go. My first thought is, if you look at the boot here, you've got these level of stitchings and everything that's going on with it, and you can see kind of it changes from the top bit here and then it's a different stitch and everything going together there. So my thought is, you see that line just there, I'm going to try and cut along this line just so it doesn't start to fray apart too much, and I'm just going to use their stitching to help us with how I end up doing my cut. Alright, so let's get stuck in. I'm going to start off with the big scissors and switch to the smaller ones if they don't work, but let's give it a go. Anybody else nervous? It's fraying apart too much. I'm going to put these on in a second, just see what they look like worn on. Actually, what we'll do is we'll wait till the end of the video. I'll put this one on with a collar like this, and then I'll put the other one on with the collar cut way much further down, because this is still pretty high here. Like, a lot of you won't want to use this, so yeah, what we're going to do next is cut the other one, and I'm going to go all the way down on it. So onto the second boot, and yeah, I'm going to go like way down on the bottom here, come all the way around. So where it gets a bit interesting is this bit in here. It's like, do I just shortcut across, and come up to here, or do I come all the way down? I don't know, I'll probably just shortcut across, and then if I decide to take more out later, then we will. But I don't want to take too much out. As I said, if you take too much out, then you can't get it back. Right, I'm going to stick with the little scissors. They definitely worked out a lot better for me. Here we go. Start up here this time and we'll just get straight into it. A bit tougher cutting this, a bit thicker than that bit at the top. I don't want to cut the boot itself. See if we can get up in here. Right, again, this is probably going to be that tricky bit. See if I give it a good chomp this one. There you go. Right, so this time I will keep going all the way down. All the way down and around. So getting right up close to the boot. Right, so that's where it finishes with the stitching line. The stitching line comes all the way to here, so now it's my decision as what we do with this bit. Got these bits of the boot hanging off. What do you think of that, eh? It's nearly all gone. Right, so let's just follow the line of the boot for now, because I could take more out the bottom, but it doesn't make a huge amount of sense if you can't see it, and once I put it on, if I decide it's still a bit of a frustration, then I might decide to come like all the way into that point there where it meets up again. But this is where you really don't want to be getting too close. Not really see it, sorry. This is where you really don't want to be getting too close to it. It's going to make the boot fall apart if you do that. So let's follow the line of the boot. Right here. Now you can kind of have to make your own kind of tongue, I suppose. So we'll come up to about there, being careful that you're not cutting too far with the scissors again. I'm going to follow this bit, the tongue there, because this has got the extra upper on it. It's been treated. It's not just fabric. Right, so then I'm going to come back down this bit here and then connect in through there, and that's what we're going to do for now. There we go, this last bit following the line of the boot again. Alright, whole bit of collar that's come off. Right, I'll ask you the question now, guys. 3 options. 1, do you prefer that I hadn't cut them at all? 2, do you prefer what I'd like to call my my mid-cut on these ones? Or do you prefer my new low-cut version that I've created here? There's a poll up in the top corner of the screen right now. Have a vote, let us know, see what everybody else thinks. Alright, so that's it done. I'm going to go throw them on now, so stay tuned to see what they look like being worn, and maybe I'll cut them a bit more depending on how they feel once I actually get them on. Alright, we'll be back soon. Here we go. On my right foot I have that kind of mid cut that I gave myself, and then on my left foot I have this low cut. This one looks a lot more like the regular 16.1s. Obviously I've got the Primeknit on the boot though, so here they are front on. Personally I don't necessarily see a huge amount of difference there. To come side on again, you've got that mid cut, and here they are both around the back. I've got to tell you, if you're going to do this, guys, go big or go home. They look way better, I think, cutting it all that way down. And what I feel with this mid-cut one is I've still got this extra material that isn't necessarily doing a huge amount for me in and around here, so it's kind of interesting. Whilst here, on this other boot here, let me turn it around, sorry, here you can just see that it's just like hugging the line of the boot. Makes a whole lot more sense to cut it like that. Initially I talked, a little bit closer again, sorry. Initially I talked about this little bit here, and whether I was thinking about kind of coming in further under the boot and cutting it closer. I'm really happy with the way I cut it here. I would just cut it just like that if I did it again. And what I'll probably do is cut this other boot to match it. I won't leave you guys to watch that. There is another pair of boots that I was thinking of cutting. Let me grab those and I'll show you, and you can let me know in the comments if you think we should or not. Right, I'm back. So, Should I be putting the scissors onto these? What are we thinking about the colour on these, guys? Do we think that this deserves a little snip? Maybe make it a little bit more pleasing to the eye. Could probably cut it all the way around this top part here. You wouldn't want to go into any of this other stuff, it would start falling apart, but I think we could probably cut it down a little bit if you fancied it. Anyway, let me know in the comments below whether you want to see a cutting the collar on the Pure Control video. Can be done, we'll think about it, let you know. Apart from at the moment on the channel, if you are interested, we have got some great videos for you to watch. So you can click on this boot right now if you want to see our review of the Primeknit, this ACE16 Primeknit. If you want to watch that review, click on the boot right now. And if you want to watch our review of the Pure Control, then that is also on the channel. Click on that boot right now. That'll take you there. Hopefully you liked this video, guys. Hope you appreciated the little cuts and the way we made these boots look. If you have, make sure you hit subscribe right now. Make sure you're following us. We're almost 100k, guys, so we really appreciate that. I am going to go and take these for a spin at training. I'm going to go enjoy my football. You do the same. Thank you.